One of the useful tools for tuning ignition timing for reliability is knock count. First thing you need to do is, from the parameters window, make sure that the engine check light flashes when knock is detected. Your goal is to have minimal knock, which is usually heard as sharp metallic ticks from the engine. If you're not sure what you hear as knock, then ride with an experienced mechanic. Knock is caused by too much ignition advance, poor quality or low octane fuel, and it gets worse as the engine heats up. So as you're testing, find some nice long uphill roads and test loading the engine up going uphill so you can get some heat into the combustion chamber. If you tune out all knock in those conditions, then you can be sure it's not going to happen in cool conditions. It's relatively simple to do something about an engine when it's knocking. Retard the ignition or raise the octane of the fuel. Here is an example of knock on a supercharged K20A and what you do to eliminate it. The green line here represents knock count, an area where knock is increasing. This area here, this area here, and this area here. Let's click the mouse in this section here and find out what part of the map we're at. Now knock count is 27 in that area. Let's just go back a couple of points and we start off at this area of the map here. Knock goes 27 and it starts knocking just as we go into VTEC. So obviously we have too much ignition on the high cam at low RPM. So we can see we're going 23.5 down to 22 degrees. So we have a little bit much ignition timing in this area here. So the first thing I do is I'd select this area of the map and take out a couple of degrees timing. Control J, add or subtract to values, -2 degrees timing, and make those timing changes in those area there. And then rerun it and see what happens. It's possible to have too much ignition timing where the engine will be lower in power but it will not be knocking. This puts severe stress on the engine and the rods in particular. When you're tuning for maximum power, this must be done on a dyno. Now what I'll normally do is I'll take the timing. Let's go for example here into the low cam. We're tuning for maximum power. I will take the area that I'm looking at, wide open throttle, and I'll add 2 degrees timing. Control J, add to selected values 2 and hit OK. Now as long as the engine is not knocking and the power is increasing, I'll add 2 degrees. If it continues to make more power, I'll add another 2 degrees. If it doesn't make any more power when I've added the 2 degrees, I'll subtract that 2 degrees I put in the map, and for reliability I'll always take 2 degrees ignition timing off the maximum power that I produced. So I'll take off another 2 degrees